So we'll be back around 9. You can put your feet up, put the kids to bed, have a drink, have some food. Hell, you could steal from my bank account, and I don't care.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of
Sup?
Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Kristine from Colorado.
Oh, look at her
Kristine
eyes.
was messaged by a man who claimed his name was Chris Pillar on Twitter.
Pillar.
The two hit it off and started a 1-year relationship filled with lies and deception.
Oh, what a
Kristine
shock.
will open up about how she was scammed out of thousands of dollars by fake babysitters.
Oh, goodness gracious me, yeah. Let's throw in the babysitters already because, haha, you got scammed by babysitters. I need to make it perfectly clear that if you're using images where there are what looks like sparkles everywhere, you yourself are a catfish, okay? The beginning image of you with your eyes looking like electric are coming out of them. Sorry, Storm. I didn't know you were scammed. Stop it. Can we get some normal looking images of the victims, please, for once?
Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and
Go
subscribe.
do that.
Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
But you
My
already
name
are.
is Kristine.
Hello.
I live in Colorado. I'm 56.
Don't they get high in Colorado? Or am I? They swear.
Divorced since 2005,
Okay.
and I
It's a long
have
time.
3 grown children. I am originally from Connecticut. I moved to Colorado in 2015
Wow, thank you.
after I became disabled with fibromyalgia. Okay,
What does
his
that
name
mean?
is Chris Pillar. I met him on Twitter. He followed me on Twitter. A lot of
Okay.
people follow me on Twitter. We started talking on there.
Why?
Oh, he's very handsome, of
He's a
course. He's got
influencer?
brown hair, brown eyes. He worked out all the time, so he would send me a lot of pictures of him working out.
Right. Well, so far, I've not seen Mr. Chris have brown hair and brown eyes because I can't see anything. He's in the war.
Very muscular, very strong. He's
I mean, I
very
can
handsome
tell
guy.
that.
Said
Yeah.
he was a Marine medic in Syria. He sent
Okay.
me a whole bunch of pictures of himself and
He
his
looks very
son
different
and
there.
him singing. He would talk to me every day. He would tell me I'm beautiful. You know, I was his soulmate.
Oh, wow, that's
He would
crazy. If anyone tells you that you are their soulmate and you've never met them, please, that's a very big indicator that you're being scammed. Okay.
always every day write me nice messages,
Has he got not,
poems.
like-
So we talked for a long
he not being shot at
time,
or
and
something?
then he said, you know, he was very attracted to me, wanted to marry me as soon as he got out of the military.
Okay.
You know, we would meet in California where he lived, and we would talk about maybe him retiring from the military and doing something else at that point.
Right.
But we would talk on Twitter a lot until he said he had to delete it because too many women were DMing him. Because
Okay, well, that's a red flag in itself. If you are talking to someone, do you need to mention that you are also in contact with others? Maybe, is that a red flag? I mean, you would want the person that you're getting to know to let you know of, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But why have we not moved on from Twitter? If we're talking about marriage, etc., we are genuinely still on Twitter, huh? I get it, all right? She's been divorced since 2005. Was I born then? You'll have to imagine if I was or not, because mystery. But please, everyone, I get it. She's alone for a long time, and with her being disabled, I still don't know what. She didn't explain what it was, but someone in the comments, please let me know what is her disability. I get it, right? You are lonely, but if we are solely going off of a relationship off of Twitter and we've talked about marriage, etc., let's move on, right? Twitter's called X now. Chris should have been an X right from the start.
So handsome. So he
Well, how
said
many
he
times are you going to
deleted
mention
his
it?
Twitter so he could just talk to me on Hangouts,
Okay, so
Google
we are moving on,
Chat.
sorry.
Most of the men I've been with, because I was married twice, and then I was engaged 7 times after that. Most of the men I've been with were either alcoholics or abusive men or narcissists. A lot of the guys I dated were very mean to me.
First of all, I don't know what you call it at the end of someone's when they're speaking. Is it infliction or something? I don't know. But the way her voice, hello, it's driving my ears insane. But let's move past that, huh? Shall we? Engaged 7 times. What's her name? Christy. I don't know. I forgot it because of her vocals. Why are you doing that? Ah, 7 times. Sorry if I might be coming across a bit naive, but maybe 7 times is not normal. Engaged 7 times, married twice, cool. Do you know what I mean? Engaged 7 times. What's going on here? I forgot your name, but what's going on here? I don't. Anyone in the comments been engaged 7 times? I mean, it seems to me, first of all, let's not get it twisted. The fact that she's been in abusive relationships, my heart goes out to her. But 7 times, what is going on here? What happens then? I'm assuming the wedding gets called off because maybe you decide it's too abusive. I can't. This is not what I want to be with. Of course, you wouldn't want to be in that. But 7 times. Maybe love isn't for you. All right, let's say it a lot. Take a step back. Clearly, let's calm down here. All right, 7 times.
This was like, I would never hurt you. I'll always protect you. I would never be mean to you
Oh, there you
or
go.
say anything nasty to
End it
you.
now.
All
'Cause he said
kinds of
queen.
things to make me feel like he would treat me like a queen. Basically, that's what he
Oh,
told me. He would treat me like a queen. The first time Chris asked
her
me for
voice driving me
money
insane.
was because he said he couldn't pay his babysitter and his
What?
babysitter was going to quit. So he begged me. He said, please pay the
How's
babysitter some
that my
money
problem?
because she said she's going to quit. Because
How's that my problem? Do you know what I would tell you in that moment? Tell your son, life is hard, all right? You're going to lose this babysitter. I don't care if you're attached. See you later.
I can't pay her. And I really don't want to get a new babysitter because
Oh,
she's
goodness.
attached to his son, Derek.
Oh, yeah. Send it straight to my Cash App whilst I'm in the middle of some sort of war. Maybe he's not at war, but I'm just picturing every one of these military persons, right? They're just in the middle of the battlefield texting. Sergeant, hold on a second, man. I'm trying to get some money here. And then they're just being shot at. It's a funny image. I want you to ask yourself the question, do you think you would be with someone who they know you're disabled, yet they are asking you for money? Where's his money? What he's not mentioned that his bank account is frozen or anything. So why does Kristine need to pay you? Tell me.
She was using his debit card, but she kept putting in the wrong code. So his debit card was disabled and he had no money to pay his babysitter.
Oh, of course. Wow. I mean, that must be a very strong bond between babysitter and, oh, technically employer. If anyone has ever had a babysitter, you've hired a babysitter, do you allow them to use your own debit cards? I would think that's a big no-no, because no matter how much I can trust you, I'm not giving you my card. But let me know in the comments. Maybe babysitters, they're just, the bank. Shut up.
What the hell are you talking about?
So he kept saying, I really need your help. My babysitter's going to quit
Who
unless you can
cares?
help me send her money. I talked to him early on once on the phone.
Do you
He
have
said, well,
time?
he didn't have a good connection in Syria, but he would try to call me. I recall like his voice was very, very deep. And I had said to him, your voice sounds different. And he said, well, how do you know what
From
my
when?
voice sounds
Yeah.
like? And I said, well, you sent me a video of you singing Jolene. So I know what your voice sounds like because I still have the video.
Right, I don't know what kind of Jolene he's singing there, but that doesn't sound like Jolene. Jolene, Jolene, can we stop? Can we stop scamming these people? I know you want my bank account, but you need to hold on, Jolene. Is a remix. So you know what? Maybe he's remixed it. He does not even. I'm sorry, but he doesn't look like the person in the army fatigues. I'm fatigued watching this already. But what was I going to say? I actually don't know. I don't think it's correct to judge someone's singing voice in comparison to their speaking voice, because most of the time people sort of put on a voice when they sing. I've seen many British singers sound American when they sing. So get a grip of yourself, Kristine. Don't think you've cracked any sort of code here. That's not Jolene. Is this copyright?
I
Shut
talked to
up.
his babysitter, Laura, the first babysitter.
Right. Why has Laura got a picture straight out of if you ran a photo of you through AI and said, can you make this cute with a dog, but also for LinkedIn? That's her picture. Editing H here. The hair. God, I don't know what's going on. It's like, it's a forest right now. But why did I am assuming after looking at it closer, right? It's a picture of a child next to Laura. I don't know why I said dog. The little ponytail thing, I thought it was maybe an ear of a dog, and then Laura put sunglasses on the dog. I don't know what I was going on there, but clearly Chris Pillar's charm affected me so deeply. So it's a child in that picture, not a dog. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Is it a child or a dog?
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
When she kept saying, he loves you, she kept giving me advice. You just need to send him money. You need to stroke his ego.
What is going on here?
Just send him money. And
I, once again, do not like your voice, Kristine. In before someone comments that they don't like my voice. All right, what do you want from me? Click off the video. As I say, hypocritical of me to continue watching this. But I want to emphasize the fact that Laura said stroke his ego, just send him money. What's going on here, Kristine? Now, again, I can't, judge too much about your previous relationships based off of a few sentences you said earlier. But wouldn't that be a red flag? Oh, you have to stroke his ego. Basically, you have to say yes to him and do what he wants. I don't want to say that she likes, dominant. Is that dominant? No, that's pig. That's a pig. But it's very clear to me. This is what I was going to say. It's very clear to me that she's too used to being in an abusive relationship that she thinks this is okay. I really hope this is a message I want to say to everyone. After this story finishes, of course, I really hope Kristine moved on to some sort of therapy, because this isn't normal. You shouldn't accept this in a relationship. It's not part of love. Please remember that, everyone. And I hope you watching this right now, even if there is just a very small slither of a red flag, call it out, take notice of it, and judge accordingly, right? Of course, if you need help with that, then please speak out. But Kristine, this is not normal. Laura literally has said you need to stroke his ego. You're not in a relationship if you need to tiptoe around the person and say yes, yes, just to make them feel good. Remember that. You're worth more than that.
No, he'll be nice to you. She was always like, you're definitely getting married. He loves you. You just have to send him money.
Right. So at what point are we going to say to ourselves, I'm being scammed here? But you just have to keep sending him money. What do you mean by that? I thought we were just going to pay you the one time because apparently you can't wait, Laura. So, I mean, technically, yes, you are doing this for the money, but you just have to keep sending him money. Why? Right, so we've already prefaced that you must send money consistently. It makes him happy.
You know, then it was like, oh, the babysitter needs a computer for her daughter.
What?
Well, I'll buy the computer and mail it to your address.
Whoa. Now, I'm not going to say that Kristine is a good person because just by you saying yes to everything, it doesn't make you a good person, all right? But what is Kristine doing here? The babysitter needs a computer for her daughter. It was bad enough that I'm paying for your son's babysitter, her wages. But now we're extending, we're branching, extended family. Apparently, Kristine, again, you can't buy someone's love, right? I know she's been emotionally manipulated here to well and truly think that her sending love makes him happy. But please, everyone watching this, learn from Kristine's mistakes. If you at any point, for some reason, have to send money for your love to be considered a love and for it to keep flourishing, you need to run away.
Sent me his address. No, she wants to hand the computer to her daughter. I said, well, I can mail it to the babysitter and she can wrap it and hand it to her daughter. I would always come up with options of me doing things.
Wow.
But he always
great.
said no. I said, well, why don't I just go to California and meet the babysitter and meet your son in person, and then I can help because I'll meet them and know they're real. And he would say, oh, no, would you ever let me meet your son? I said, well, if he was supervised by an adult. And yeah, I've been talking to you for a while. I would let you meet my son as long as he was supervised. But
we need to supervise my hair constantly getting in my mouth somehow.
Nice.
any
Shedding.
idea I had
Because of the
was
stress
always
of
a
these.
no. Over time, he just became more demanding about,
Yes.
I need money for this. You're never there to help me.
How does
My
that make
babysitter's going to
sense?
quit. It's all
Chris.
your fault. He started blaming everything on me. You're not paying for the babysitters.
Oh, Kristine, you need to stop doing that with your voice. But listen. This man, right, not only is asking someone who is disabled to consistently send them money for BS reasons, but we've also got a man here who actually doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. I don't care, right? If you are someone or if you know someone, they are speaking to you and they tell you after everything you've done for them, the one time that you say, this is too much, I can't do this anymore. And they say to you, obviously gaslight you. Oh, you look at what you've done here. This is your fault, etc., etc. You need to shove the etc. up your ass, all right? Go away, Chris. And anyone who's watching this, of course, if anyone like that is in your life, you need to run away. It's not good. You can't be involved with this person, even if it's a platonic friendship, because that's what friendships are. So forget I said that. Even if it's a platonic relationship, it's not good for your own well-being to consistently be around someone who gaslights you. Know your worth.
So now she's got to quit. I have
Good.
to hire a
Let
new
her quit.
one. Can you send money to the new babysitter? He's very mean to me at this point. He says it's my fault that 2 of his babysitters had to quit because I wouldn't pay for them. So he's blaming
Kristine.
his problems at this point on me.
Kristine.
He's got all my information. I think he has my license,
Why?
my social security number. He's got a lot of my information from a
Why?
long time ago. He hasn't hacked me or done anything with
Oh,
it.
of course.
Every
That's
time
fine
Chris
then.
asked me for money, he would say, download Cash App. So he would send me hashtags and say, this is the hashtag to
This is the
use
hashtag.
to send
What?
money to my babysitter.
I thought we moved away from Twitter. Why are we still using hashtags?
A lot of them have pictures of the people. When he said I was sending them
Maria?
to the different babysitters.
Oh, okay.
They would have pictures on the hashtags so I could see their names and what they looked like.
Hashtag.
I have an image finder. I tried to look, is he
Oh.
fake? I showed his picture to other guys in the military. They're like, no, he's got
What?
the right uniform, the right gun.
After Kristine sent Chris thousands of dollars through Cash App transactions, she was starting to have doubts about him really being who he claimed to be.
I need everyone to also, please, drill it inside yourself, all right? That's also some sort of innuendo. Cheeky, you're naughty, teasing me. I need everyone to understand. Please, if you're going to have doubts about someone, can we take a step back before sending thousands of dollars and then we can have doubts? Can we do that, please? If she also, it's very convenient that all of a sudden now she's shown military friends, I'm assuming. Hey, do you know this person? Is this real? Again, why didn't you do this in the beginning? Can we start checking these people right from the beginning? Even if your heart is telling you this person is real, the heart is in here. It literally cannot see anything. Please focus on yourself. Editing H once again. I think she said that the military friends told her that, yeah, everything looks real. So, you know what? Maybe I can take a step back and hold my hands up and say, it's her military friends that have actually let her down on this occasion. But, of course, she's at fault as well. Everyone is at fault. Stop sending money.
Kristine was starting to feel that she would
Forget
never
love.
meet this man in person. So she started to investigate on her own.
That's also...
So Chris sent me
you know-
a picture of his private parts, and it's the only picture I didn't think to try to put through my image search to see if it was fake. So I did a couple months ago, and I found it was fake, and he blamed it on me.
Oh,
I
why?
found it on my image search. It was stolen from a website. They have all these websites.
Yes.
I am still in contact with Chris, even though I don't have Google Chat.
Okay. I want to say that from these images of her through the webcam and stuff, she's an attractive woman. I don't understand the need to use images with filters on dating apps or Twitter, for example, when you look attractive regardless. I mean, I know, of course, I'm not saying never take a picture with a filter, but just, was there a point to that? No, probably not. But it's just me trying to say, just love yourself. Do you know what I mean? I say it's a lot, but please do.
But he still will email me asking me for money. But now he's very mean about it.
He was
doesn't
mean
answer.
before,
I'll call
Kristine.
him once in a while just to bother him. I'll say it's an emergency. I need to really talk
Why?
to you. If you want money, you have to talk to me first.
Yeah, okay. So am I supposed to now, like, I have sympathy for you, right? You're not some sack of shit like some of the other victims we've looked at recently. But you've literally gone back to him. It's an emergency. I really need to talk to you. I think it's pretty clear, actually. You quite like this, right? It's giving masochist, right? That's what it's giving here. Can I feel sympathy for someone who continuously goes back to the thing causing them pain?
Things like that. I'll say you have to talk to me if you want money. And he'll
I'm
say,
sorry, but also This man is claiming to love you. It's an emergency. I really need to talk to you. What? Are you sending me money? What the hell has gone on here exactly? Does that scream love to you watching this? As she says, you have to talk to me if you want money. So quite literally, actually, you are kind of begging him. Yeah, come. I will give you money gladly. Just talk to me. Please, everyone watching this. One, reach out to people who you might suspect might be a victim to a scam. Anyone in your family who might be older, etc. Reach out to them. They might be lonely, right? Lonely AF. Speak to them. Please get them in some clubs or something. This is sad.
He'll say, I'm not going to talk to you. Send me the money first.
Oh my goodness.
It's a battle. It's just a fight.
Yeah, you'd think Chris would be good in a battle, wouldn't you, holding that gun? He's literally, metaphorically got the gun to your head. Give me the money first and I'll talk to you. And you are saying, yeah, it's a battle. No, Kristine, you are literally paying him to speak to you. I can't feel sorry.
It's a fight every day about money. It's send me money, then I'll talk to you. He's
basically saying, I am a scammer.
Catfish, because I've figured out all the other people who have tried to scam me, because I can find them in the image finder. I cannot figure out who Chris Pillar really is.
Kristine was able to find some answers on her own, but we collected all the information she had and dug a little deeper.
First of all, if you were realistically, right, let's hypothetically say this is a real scenario, and you're sending an image where you write, I love you, Kristine. Why are you making this face? First of all, are you angry at the fact that you are taking this picture? Secondly, that might be the worst heart I've ever seen, right? We've seen perfect hearts, emojis from some of the other scammers. But quite literally, I don't even know if that's supposed to be an arrow. Someone's aubergine has been perpendiculated and slapped onto a table, and that's what you've drawn. You didn't connect the heart. It's a metaphor. The love is not there. It's not real. It's not connected. You could tell that my favorite subject was English back at school when I'm trying to draw some sort of metaphor from look in this picture. Look in this picture. Yeah, great English there, isn't it? But for real, what's happened here? He ran out of ink after I love you, Kristine, because the heart is a different color, different shade.
We started to look all over the internet to give her closure, and we're confident in our research. If you're looking to find the identity of your online lover, you can start with the tools on our site, socialcatfish.com. You can click this YouTube card or click the link in our bio. Just hitting
YouTube
like,
card.
comment, and subscribe helps us build more tools out for you to use in the future.
Go do that.
It was time to meet
you
with
already
Kristine for the first time.
Hey, Kristine, we're excited to have you today so we can give you some closure
Who
and
is
some clarity on the
Jordan?
situation that you were dealing with the person you met on Twitter. So we found some interesting pieces of information that we think will be useful to you, and we'd like to kind of give you the basics on what we found.
Okay.
Chris
She
was
just
posing
looks
as
not
someone in
bothered.
the military. Now, this is a very common thing that we see because it allows them to have a lot of excuses for why they can't meet in person, for why they need you to send them money. And
I also love how he's smiling in this picture, which, by the way, his ears, I don't know if it's just me, but his ears look different here compared to the other picture. Not sure what's happened there, but he's smiling in this picture holding a gun. People behind him are pew-pewing. But to send I love you, Kristine, he's angry. I mean,
can come up with all these crazy
Where's Jordan,
disaster
by the way?
stories
Why is he
to
not
get your
in new
to get you
episodes?
emotionally invested in the situation. So right off the bat, that is a massive red flag when you see a lot of things not lining up in their stories, when you see inconsistencies, and coupled with the fact that they're in the military, it's a big thing to kind of keep in mind.
yeah, Jordan, hold on a second there, right? We're not talking about Air Jordan here when I'm talking about this man's shirt is about to fly right off of his chest, damn it. Do you see the guns that he's packing? Forget Chris Pillar. He's got the real guns. Where's Jordan? Who's
Going through this
Jordan again?
information.
Okay.
Any foot
So
asylum?
you were sending money to women that you thought were babysitters,
For
essentially,
babysitting.
right?
Yes.
We kind of looked into all of these babysitters, and we found that all of these women are
just all
essentially
Laura.
money laundering. You were sending money to that Cash App or several different Cash Apps, and then they'll receive the money, and then from there, they'll basically wash the money through gift cards or Bitcoin, and then they'll send the money over to the scammer.
Chris had his first babysitter who I actually talked to on the phone.
No, you didn't.
And she said they were in California.
You just didn't.
I never had a picture of her. And she was on WhatsApp also. And she was always telling me, oh, Chris loves you so much. I can't wait to go to your wedding. You just need to help him out, boost his ego, send him some money for his kid.
A lot of the times, the people who are doing the money laundering have no idea that they're doing it. They're actually in a similar situation as you are. They're talking to this person online. The person asks them for a favor. They say, come on, baby, you know I love you. We're going to get married as soon as you do this favor for me. I just need this money. And then they end up committing felonies without even really knowing what they're getting themselves into. So sometimes it's just people who are unaware and they're being taken advantage of as well. Other times, it's people put in place by this international criminal organization to help them clean their money after scamming all of these victims. So it seems like it was the former in this occasion. It was people who seemed to not understand what they were doing or getting themselves into.
Right, that person's shadow, would not equal a mule on the floor. All right, I know we're going for some sort of, haha, look, it's artistic. You know, the shadow of you as a human being, you are a mule. No, it just looks weird. Europol. What does that mean? I don't know. But if anyone ever tells you that in a relationship, of course, that you need to stroke their ego for some reason as a means of keeping them happy, that's not what you want to be in relationship-wise. Because it's just not natural. You can't tiptoe around trying to make the other person of course you have to, you have to make your partner happy. Otherwise, why are you together? Do you know what I mean? Why have you got into a relationship? But if you have to make them happy through, of course, stroking their ego, doing things you don't want to do, because it makes them happy. Now, don't get me wrong, there's obviously compromises, right? You don't like a certain restaurant, perhaps, but your partner loves that restaurant. F it, we'll go. That's not what's going on here, right? But that also costs money. But you get my point. If you are in a relationship and you feel as if you are only progressing with love in terms of, you know, they love me right back, but only after I do certain things for them, maybe seek couples counseling. Maybe they need help because very narcissistic.
So the next thing that we want to get into is the tracker. So we worked together to get this tracker over to Chris, so we can figure out where he is and what his location was. And we got 7 clicks.
Okay.
One of the clicks was from us in California, and then the other clicks are from Lagos. All 7 of the clicks were from Lagos, and they were from a desktop and also from a phone.
Okay. I'm not surprised he's from Lagos because most of the people that I've met that have said they're somebody else have ended up being from Lagos, Nigeria.
So why
the tracker brings us to the next point, which is Chris's true identity. So the real man in the photo is named Ryan, and he's an American actor. It seems like he's grubbed a lot of his digital footprint. We can't find a ton about him on the internet, and that goes into the scammers' tactics. So some of the really sophisticated scammers will look for people who aren't very well known on the internet because they're harder to find as opposed to someone who has hundreds of videos. So we were able to verify that Chris is not who he says he is, and the real person's name is Ryan, and he's an actor.
every
Okay.
picture he sent me, I put through my reverse image search. So I could not find him as fake.
But then how did they
Most people
find
I
him?
can find
Do you know what I
in my
mean?
image search, but none of his pictures I could find until he sent me his private parts, and I found that as fake.
So, Kristine, you and Chris were in almost a year-long relationship online, correct?
No.
Yes.
No. What are
So
you
how are
saying
you
here?
feeling at this point in the investigation now that you kind of got some of the details about Chris's true identity and about where he's actually located in the world? How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm actually happy because everybody else I have been able to figure out, they've admitted they're from Lagos, Nigeria. Um, they go on all
Okay.
apps, but I'm just glad I know he's from Nigeria because that was always my thought.
It's a very common
So if he was
place. We
from
see a
somewhere
lot of these
else,
scams tying back to this
you'd
area.
be upset?
Unfortunately, it has to do with the culture of some of these areas. Since they don't have a lot of opportunity like we enjoy in the States, they resort to these online scamming tactics. We see different types of scams coming from different regions in the world.
Well, people scam in the US as well. Let's not get it twisted here. Let's stop sugarcoating and painting Nigeria as, the only place that has scammers. Let's calm down now.
We also see the Philippines. We see different types of scams coming out of Russia and China.
Yes.
This, unfortunately, is a very, very
US
common
as well.
occurrence in our time today.
Yes. Since the last, I'd say 4 months, I've realized all the people that were not video chatting with me or had fake video chats,
Right.
they ended up all being
So
from Lagos,
why did you
Nigeria.
come to this show then?
After knowing all the red flags, or before you even met Chris, right? What made you feel comfortable with sending any money at all to Chris Pillar?
It's a good question.
The reason was, first of all, he's the first person who ever asked me to download Hangouts or Google Chat, and I didn't know that everybody on there is not who they say they are. So he was the first person that asked me to download it.
And that means I must
And
send him
because
money.
I could not find out who he really was, I kept searching for his pictures.
That should actually give you more reason to not send money because you don't know if this person is real. What is going on? What is going on in this world? Genuinely, everyone watching this, if you are unsure of something, take the 50% of you that is unsure and go with it, right? Don't listen to the other 50% that's telling you, oh, but it might be real. No, because you're unsure for a reason. Please.
But over time, as he changed babysitters and came up with excuses and, would always fight with me if I wouldn't send him money.
So that means you must send money.
Then I realized he just wants my money.
Yes.
It's all about him. It's not about me. It's just, he's trying to get money.
Yes.
So where do you go from here, Kristine? How do you feel about continuing online dating?
No, I do not have any dating apps on my phone anymore.
I suggest
No, I will not date online.
everyone just get off
One
of
of
them
the
anyway.
things that we go over on a lot of our platforms, like we have Instagram Lives and we publish a lot of content to get people educated on these sorts of scams. And one of the things that most people are really surprised to learn is that in these scam organizations, they actually have a book teaching people how to do these scams. So it talks about how to approach people, talks about the lines to approach victims with. And
Right,
it goes step by step on exactly how to get money out of the victims. So they really do know what they're doing, and this same script has been used on countless amounts of people, and it happens a lot, unfortunately. So
just because they know what to say, it's not even them knowing what to say. It's just them using a script. And if someone falls for the bait, oh great, thanks. They don't know what they're doing. Otherwise, they would make a lot more money than obviously what they do now, which is concerning anyway, how much scammers earn. But please, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You don't need me to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Do not send anyone money, all right? Even that message from before where the person was blabbering on about their job. And you, what's your occupation? Who speaks like that? Do you know what I mean? No one describes their job in such detail.
We really appreciate your bravery coming forward. You're really going to help a lot of people who are talking to someone online and they don't know whether or not they can trust them. So thank you so much for doing your own research
every year
and
it gets
for
worse.
letting us help you out and give you the closure that you were looking for.
And I appreciate you figuring out who he really was and, you know, proving that he was actually from Nigeria, just like I suspected.
Okay, again,
Thanks
you
for watching
suspected, so
another
stop
episode
sending
of
money.
Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.
Yeah, go do that. I'll see you next time. Don't you worry about that. As I stare into the camera.
Scams come in so many different forms. If you have been a victim of any of the scams below,
yes, if you have been a victim, please seek some support. But also, take care of yourself enough and educate yourself enough. Have some common sense to not end up in this position in the first place. What was the main take point from that? I think I've said it before as well. I understand it can be incredibly lonely and difficult to be alone, single, for a long period of time. But it doesn't mean that you need to rush into things. It doesn't mean that you need to accept being basically bullied by someone else in the name of love. Don't do that to yourself. Please know your worth. I know it's easier said than done, of course. And I know therapy isn't for everyone, but even if you have to go and just have one session, feel it out. How is it? But for the most part, have a circle around you. She didn't mention her kids other than the first time, and so I'm assuming she perhaps didn't tell her children. But if ever you're talking to anyone online, just let people know around you anyway, because, for example, if you end up having to go and meet them, it would be good for other people to know where you are, where you're going. So, yeah, use the real life scenarios of, you know, sharing your location with your friend when you're going to meet someone for the first time. Use it even if it's just solely online. Tell your friends that you're speaking to this person. Maybe show them a few of the messages, nothing too explicit, of course. No one wants to see Chris Pillar's downstairs gun. But you get my point. Just be open and take care of yourself, please. Don't end up in this situation. And definitely if you suspect something, take that suspicion and actually act on the suspicion. Don't put the suspicion to one side, please. I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Much love. Peace. And as always, the playlist up here. I don't know what that was.